Yes, ladies and gentlemen around the world, man. What's going on, YouTubers? My name is Mr. Sir Wappy Wop. I am the host of Wrestling Geeks. And very quickly, I want to go talk about the main event. The main event debuted back in October in 2012. A lot of people said that the main event is going to be just as bad as SmackDown or a C-show. Or my personal opinion is this. I gave a high value to that show main event because since October to now, it's still a decent, great show for 1 hour. Some filler, yes, but not too much of SmackDown. Now, this past Wednesday night on main event, I don't know if you guys noticed anything, but I noticed it from the jump. If you pay attention when the show first started, did you see the announce table? Like, somebody forgot to change the announce table because it still says Superstars, not the main event. What a botch. What are some cars behind that? Anyways, I want to talk about one superstar that I perfectly saw a main event. His name is Titus O'Neil. Boy, he kind of impressed me as of late. The only thing I don't like is he talked too much in the ring. I mean, he had me laughing at a little promo skit with him and Justin Gabriel. I could see Titus O'Neil go on his own. Darren Young, for those that don't know, he is injured. He'll be out of action until at least October. So we're not going to see the primetime players in WrestleMania. But, what I would like to see happen is giving Titus O'Neil a manager. Give him a mouthpiece, Give him something that will actually talk for him or somebody that would do good to bring his career up. Because I can see this guy's potential is really high. And that's just my point of view with that. Big Show. On that show, the main event, say he calls out the whole entire roster. And he beats just about everybody until The Miz came up the commentary table and took out Big Show. No comment. Okay. Now, I would not talk about Jack Swagger incident. I'm going to just do an old school style. Let's wait to see what happens next. But I am looking forward to Monday Night Raw. I really am, actually. We might get more answers on the controversy about the DUI arrest for Jack Swagger. Now, let's get over to TNA. I haven't watched Impact yet. I will in a few minutes. And I want to talk about something that I actually read on Facebook. It's about Jeff Hardy. He hasn't been in the UK area, legal reasons. But I know why, though. Because, basically he's a felon. And, legal reasons, it's harder to get a passport. So I don't know too much about passports with felons, but I know it's harder. Jeez, it's hard for me to get a job with a fella. Jesus Christ. But, Hulk Hogan said a point, like, if it was his call, he would take the title from Jeff Hardy. And I can't think what else he says, but in many reasons, it's like, how can you have Jeff Hardy as a champion that can't go to the UK? I mean, that's like one of the biggest territories is the UK, and it's kind of sucked for the UK to not see their world champion. Like, yuck. I will be upset too, actually. Like, if I'm going to a TNA event, and if I can't see Jeff Hardy, which he's one of the biggest fan favorites, and it's like this. A champion should be able to go to UK, go overseas, defend titles or whatever. I guess they used a storyline about a month ago when Aces and Eights, or probably a couple of weeks ago, when Aces and Eights done attack Hardy, hit his knee, whatever. And I'm not a fan of Aces and Eights no more, And it's like, I seen they work, and it's like, when did they ever want a match? Like, did they brung Aces and Eights just to bury them like that? I mean, Jesus. Oh my God. But, so Bully Ray's the #1 contender. Whoop-de-doo, yeah. Are we going to see a new champion come in the pay-per-view? I think it's in February or March, whatever date they got for lockdown. I'm highly seeing a new champion crowning Bully Ray. Well deserved, well overdue, about time. You know, I'm a big Jeff Hardy fan, but it's like, in my personal opinion, I think they gave him the title because it was talks or rumored about him going back to the WWE. In my personal opinion, that would be a bad move. But in money point of view, I could see why, but they just gonna bury Jeff Hardy in WWE. And I like where he's at today in TNA. But putting the belt on him, you know, a couple title shots, you know, I don't agree with it. But if Jeff was how can I say this? Okay. If Jeff never got those couple title shots before his third or fourth, then winning it, you know what I'm saying? But as I'm trying to say is, if Jeff Hardy would have got that one title shot after that hilarious act he pulled on Victory Road, then I'll be with it. But him as champion, they did that, you know, just to shut him up, to keep him there, keep him happy. Which, in my opinion, is a champion should be a champion by busting their ass and winning. I don't agree with the backstage politics of who wins or who loses or whatever. It should go by heart, not by paper. That's just me, personally, as a point of view. And as I was trying to explain that to Jay Dilley earlier before he stepped out, his, like, being a wrestling fan now has come kind of slim because, like I told him, just be a casual fan. He thinks a casual fan is watching wrestling occasionally. No, a casual fan is like just watching wrestling, loving wrestling, what goes on in the action in the ring. That's a casual fan. Not like a fan like me that knows about the business when it comes to politics, backstage politics. Not all, but most of them. So I try to tell Jay Dudley to just stick to the wrestling part of the fan base and you'll be happy with it. Trust me, he'll thank me later. Okay, before I run up on out of here or whatnot, I want to talk about the match with CM Punk versus John Cena for Raw. Now, I got very high expectations about this matchup, and mainly this may be the last time that they ever face, maybe for good or for a long time in WWE. But if you want my predictions of who's going to win this match, I want to go with CM Punk, yes. But then again, who wants to see John Cena versus Rock at another WrestleMania? I sure won't, actually. But if John Cena wins this match, then we're going to see Undertaker at WrestleMania. That's my own personal point of view. But if CM Punk wins, then we're not going to see Taker. But if you want my real thoughts on Undertaker at a WrestleMania, I say this. Just retire. 20-0. You don't got nothing to prove. If you lose out at WrestleMania, what would that actually prove? It won't prove nothing. Because he's already got the 20 victories. What's 20-1 with Taker? What is 20-1 with Taker? I have a question for everybody, and I want to know, what is Undertaker's record at Survivor Series? You know, because he debuted in Survivor Series in the WWE in 1990 in my home state of Connecticut in Hartford. I would like to know, what is his record? You know, from starting off in 1990 and then being Hulk Hogan in 1991, in my opinion, he's maybe one of the few, if not the only one, that has been an undefeated WWE champion. I may be wrong, but there's a couple names in that list. Alright, so in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I know this camera just jumped a little bit and I apologize. And also, I apologize for last time's video. I know it was a little few seconds off from when I was speaking to the mic, the feedback or whatever. I apologize about that. You know, I'm still working on it. Okay, so I'm looking forward to Raw. I just watched SmackDown. SmackDown's a pretty decent show, which I ain't going to spoil it for you guys because I hate spoilers. So it is what it is. Edward Q, what's up? You know, the shout out time. Edward, what's going on? You know, yeah, dude, you already know I got your back. And also, I'm going to give a special shout out to Jennifer Blakemore. I think that's her name. I may be wrong on that name. She said she wanted a shout out from me. You got one. So, and also John Baroni too over at Wrestle Talk, the creator of that group. Go check him out over there, you know. Great group, a lot of members, you know. And it is what it is. In the meantime, YouTubers, y'all know what to do. I should have said this from the beginning, but I haven't. Subscribe to my channel, The Wappy Wop, or you can simply inbox me or send me a friend request up on Facebook. The is Wappy Wop. Alright, in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy my Friday. I'm going to lay back, relax, watch some old school wrestling. Maybe some NWA from back in 88, 89, who knows. In the meantime, I'm Mr. Sir Wappy Wop. Peace.